Hello everybody, this is Snarist, and welcome back to my God of War 3 Chaos Mode walkthrough. This is part 18, Cerberus Breeder BOSS. And this is the chain of balance sequence we are falling down. Just follow on screen what I'm doing if you're having trouble. Keep in mind that your health will regenerate back to full as soon as you get down to the bottom, where you fight the Cerberus Breeder. I'm just using this moment to talk shop about what you're going to be facing. So the Cerberus Breeder is essentially, if you remember those Cerberuses we were fighting at the beginning of the Palace of Hades, those two of them, but now there's only one of them. But this time, not only does it have inflated HP and take a lot more hits, it does so much more damage, killing you in about 1 to 2 hits. It's a lot more aggressive, it's on you almost constantly. When you see it dodge a couple times, that means you need to be prepared for it to dodge and then slam against you. Its attacks are lightning fast, they'll do tons of damage, and probably even worse, it spits these little hellhounds at you, and these things run around you in circles and then explode when they stop. You can kill them, but as soon as you do, I believe they explode. So when that happens, you need to keep away from them. So that's why, until the Cerberus Breeder comes out of its spawn, you just need to hit it twice and then dodge. You need to get into that pattern. Hit twice, dodge, and it's going to take a little while, and it feels like the fight will go on forever, but it really doesn't. And you need to keep that up, never using your magic, never using your Blade of Olympus until phase 2. And then in phase 2 onwards, it'll spawn a satyr. But if you kill that satyr before you kill the Cerberus Breeder in its second phase and get to the third phase, then it'll spawn another satyr. So to avoid that headache, we're now going to explore it. This fight doesn't go on for very long, but it's long enough to be a pain in the ass, and this thing's going to keep you occupied for a while. There's a transition to indicate that I died, so just smack it a few times as it comes out of spawn. Now watch carefully for it to do a slam attack or a charge. See the dogs exploding? Well, it can also throw fireballs as well. Now, I just took a hit there from the explosion. He did this quick swipe. You need to pay attention to his movements more than him spitting the hounds, because you know that the hounds are going to do it. Hitting it with the Bow of Apollo is a great way to slow the tide of these hounds, and as long as you can take out the hounds as well as doing attack, then you can actually keep the Cerberus Breeder in a stun-lock state, where it's constantly spitting out babies trying to keep you at bay, but it doesn't work. But of course you need to be prepared for it to do a swipe, because it doesn't take much for it to kill you. And as soon as you get past that first phase, remember to pepper it with the Bow of Apollo with shots, because it will pay dividends in the long run, especially if you've got it upgraded. Okay, that's first phase down, grab its head. You can grab the dogs and kick it back, but it does so little damage it's not even worth it. Here comes the satyr. Now what you want to do is just kind of keep the satyr away at bay, and the moment you've got a chance, hit the Cerberus Breeder a couple more times with the Cestus, but when the satyr comes back in, pull out the Blade of Olympus, because that satyr can mess you up. So pull out the blade and just focus on the Cerberus Breeder only. Remember, 3 light attacks, then a heavy attack. So that way you're not dashing all over the place and you've got control. Now, if you're fortunate with those few hits with the Nemi and Cestus you did in the beginning, then you'll get it into a stun state ready for phase 3. But if not, like me, don't do what I just did. I tried to do it, but he didn't quite get into it. He was almost there. He was almost there, and now the satyr's almost killed me because he just won't let up. And it's such a tiny ass arena, and it's fucking stupid, and I hate it. And so if your Blade of Olympus is about to run out, then just make sure that you keep away from the Cerberus Breeder. Now with this, equip the Nemesis Whip and use Nemesis Rage. If you use its magic power, then it'll grant you 1 second of iframes, because as soon as you hit it with a projectile like that, what it'll do is start slamming the ground. You need to keep away from him, and when you keep away from him, then you need to be mindful that when these fireballs come down, if you try to run away, they'll hit you, but if you stay close to it, you're safe from the fireballs. But luckily with the Nemesis Rage, it's doing that much damage and pumping out constant electricity that the satyrs will almost never bother you and never try to hit you unless you're right in their face. But you'll kill them both, luckily, while using all of your Nemesis Rage. Just spam it like crazy and go ham. And when you do, you know, hopefully by then the Cerberus Breeder will end its final phase, and only just. And then you can grab it and kill it. And of course those chests off to the side spawn back in. You could open them at the beginning of the game, but now you can get them again. So yeah, it's like I said, there's quite a bit going on with that boss fight, and it's probably the hardest one by far. And it's tough to really count it as a boss, but it actually is. So yeah, good luck with that. If you have to replay this just to get a better idea, maybe without my commentary, just mute the video, pay close attention to what happens. And honestly, good luck for you, because if you beat this, you're basically beating Chaos Mode, because Zeus is a cream puff. He's pretty easy. This one section coming up here has a couple of different ways that you can approach it, but you're almost there. And I'll see you in the next one.